So TV3 is 25, and we are happy to be part of it. We are happy to have you. Send the hashtag out. Johnny's Bite is the people's bite. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. Now, yesterday, the Minister for Energy, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, had occasion to address the press. This follows the address by the Vice President of the Republic, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, after many calls on him to speak up. And yesterday I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who says, well, now the NDC should come and also speak. The simple question I asked him was that, well, whatever Vice President Bawumia said is now being explained by many different people, including his technical assistants, his technical aides, and ministers and everybody else. They're now telling us, and some of the figures are even being corrected at this point. So if the NDC or if any other CSO or whoever called that Dr. Bawumia should be speaking wants to react, what would they be reacting to? Would they be reacting to what was said at Kaswa Millennium City, or would they be reacting to what is being corrected now, or would they be reacting to the flesh that is being added on? Because it appears that the Vice President has not finished speaking. And you see, it's only perhaps people within the fold of government or the MPP who tell you the Vice President answered every question, he nailed every question. But people have questions. People are still asking questions. And when the Vice President mentioned those 9 or 11 questions that had persistently been asked, some of which we have asked here on Johnny's Bite, I'm sure, the answers that came were not exactly the answers that the people were looking forward to. Well, but that's the Vice President and the government's truth. But that's not why I'm here. This morning I'm here because I want to take you back to a conversation I had with the Education Minister. And I was very definite in my questioning. I asked him, sir, is Dumsor back? And he played that video for me. The Energy Minister, former Education Minister, now Energy Minister, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, MP for Menchia South. And I asked him a definite question. Is Dumsor back? Listen to his answer.
You're happy, comfortable. Is Dumsor back?
Is it back? Yourself, the question should be asked.
No, I'm asking you.
No, I'm asking you. You're a consumer. I'm a policymaker. Is Dumsor back?
What feedback are you picking?
None. Actually, the feedback I'm picking is that when it's even raining, the lights are on.
Okay. So Dumsor is not back?
It's never going to be back.
I see. Are we done with Dumsor?
No, we are not.
We are not.
We are not.
So then there are a few bottlenecks here and there that you're trying to
Obviously, if I don't accept that, that's probably a biggest lie.
Okay.
Then we accept the fact that we need to still invest in our energy sector to be able to ensure that there's affordable, reliable electricity. Energy security is key. And one of them is electricity security or energy access. So government understands that it needs to put in an investment in the right places. Of course, governments have put in investments in the power generators. Government needs to put in the investors in the transmitters, and the local distribution companies for faults to be as minimal as possible, to prevent the occurrence of what you tried to describe it and equate it to Dumsor,
not me.
Which is not
the Ghanaian public.
Which is
the
not.
Ghanaian public.
But let's be frank. Let's go back to 4 years, 2012, 2016, when every day, in that 4 years, there was electricity rationing.
Okay.
All over the country. No part of the country was left unscathed. And tell me, in this last year, if we have seen that.
The lights keep going off sometimes. Once or twice.
You have to. Where I live, my lights have gone off twice.
Okay.
But it's not Dumsor.
It's not Dumsor. Okay. So that's Dumsor.
Dumsor that got to 3 days off, 1 day on, under John Dramani Mahama can never be equated to when your lights go off once at the count.
The semantics of Dumsor, Anna Dum Fitri, so whatever you want to call it these days. The lights goes off. And I can tell you on authority, even before I left home this morning, the lights had gone off. Your lights are going off, but you are not allowed to say it is Dumsor. And your things in your fridge are getting spoiled. Your businesses have been affected because this morning, if the light lingers on, it's off, the way it's gone, the barber who was mentioned in that 2016 campaign that barbers are suffering, that mechanics are suffering, that sprayers are suffering, they won't have electricity to do the job that they want to do. The light is off. Now, the question I want to ask this morning is, if what we consume at peak time, what we consume as a country at peak time is less than what we generate, then we have a problem. And just admitting that we have the problem since 2017, after it's been heavily politicized in 2016, and which was used as an avenue to push out another government, which is fair because they were not performing according to you. Now you have the reins of power. How are you performing? And let nobody come and tell me that up until now it has not happened. There have been days in this country where the whole country went off. Greatco had to write a statement to explain to us that they were trying to understand the problem. When your light goes off without announcement, it has repercussions. People's appliances have been damaged. His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei had occasion to mention that his appliances have been damaged. That is not me. That is not you. That is His Royal Majesty. And he is the one who spoke. There are many other people whose gadgets have been damaged because lights goes off and on unannounced. And nobody compensates them. There are many people who have had their food. The other time I got somebody from the Northern region call me and tell me that, well, they have prepared food for the week because times are hard and food ingredients are so expensive. So what they do is now they cook for the week and they keep it in the fridge. The lights had gone off for like 3 days, and so the food was going bad. So he was asking me how they were going to survive. I said, I don't know, I'm no NGO, sorry. But it comes back to the question. Admitting that we have a problem is one, which is good. Telling us how you are fixing the problem that you accused another person of is what is important. And giving us a timeline to when you will fix them. Because I can't just be there, my light goes off. How do you want me to survive? Fuel is expensive. So you want me to buy fuel to put in a generator. And we have been at this since what? Akosobo Dam, or maybe before that. Are we suggesting that we are only doing hydro and thermal and that's it? The sun in this country, even when it rains heavily, shines. The sun burns our skin. The sun, it roasts us. We have abundant solar energy. How is our Ministry of Energy, our Energy Commission, all those agencies under the ministry, how are they maintaining and making sure that we are getting the most out of the sun that burns us? All year through, sun shines. We are only depending on solar, on thermal and hydro. Even the hydro, we are moving away from solar. We are going largely thermal. We know how expensive fuel has become across the globe. Plus our own taxes that we have imposed, plus our weak CD and the forex that is affecting the price of fuel. So, Obi Beka saying, yeah, engineer bia oni madia kra obek tumi aka say yemfanka national grid no. Hunu ni shan wone ana engineer ko ni leni ne ba ke what harness hunu and use it for electricity. Can we not get anybody like that, a forward-thinking person, to say the sun is shining? China has done it. There are many countries in this world that are taking advantage of the sun that shines. They are harvesting solar power to generate electricity. As for us, as wise and smart as we are only doing hydro and thermal. And you will not pay for the sun. Yesterday, somebody was telling me that, well, because we are stuck, maybe we are stuck with hydro and thermal because somebody gets a certain cut or percentage from it. I don't know. Because if you are harvesting energy from the sun, you won't pay the sun for money. You won't pay the sun any money. You just harvest from it. So why has it become difficult for us to harvest the sun The sun that shines this morning, the sun will shine. Tomorrow it will shine. The day after tomorrow it will shine. In fact, on Good Friday it shines even worse, because that's when Judas would have betrayed Jesus and would have been killed. The sun is shining, and we are not harvesting from it. We are not leading. This is why I want to see the National Development Planning Commission say, hey, we have this resource, because your job as NDPC is also to ensure that the resources that are available to us as a country is harnessed and used for the benefit of every single region in this country. The sun shines in all the 16 regions of this country. NDPC, what have you been doing since forever? What kind of advice have you given to the Ministry of Energy and all the agencies under them to harness the sun that is shining and burning people? You are not harnessing that. The energy ministers, we have gotten energy ministers, plenty energy ministers. Which one of them has a solar agenda? And when you talk, they tell you, oh, it is expensive and it is capital intensive. Well, if we had our priorities right, we would know what to do. But Dr. Puku Prempeh told me straight away. Then he played a video again. I asked him, is Dumsor back? He said, Dumsor will never come back. So I want to understand what is happening to us now. Is it Dumsor? Is it Dum CSA? Is it Dum Fitre CSA? Or is it Dum? I don't know. But so, play the video for me. I want that video again. Please play it for me. Play the video for me. I want to see the answer.
The question should be asked.
No, I'm asking you.
No, I'm asking you. You're a consumer. I'm a policy maker. Is Dumsor back?
What feedback are you picking?
None. Actually, the feedback I'm picking is that when it's even raining, the lights are on.
Okay. So Dumsor is not back.
It's never going to be back.
I see. Are we done with Dum CSA?
No, we are not.
We are not.
We are not.
So then there are a few bottlenecks here and there that you're trying to
Obviously, if I don't accept that, then probably a biggest lie.
Okay.
Now, we accept the fact that we need to still invest in our energy sector to be able to ensure that there's affordable, reliable electricity. Energy security is key. And one of them is electricity security or energy access. So government understands that it needs to put in an investment in the right places. Of course, governments have put in investments in the power generators.
This morning, I want the people in our energy sector to think and think deeply. I want them to think and think deeply. We have sun shining every single day in this country. And we only talk about we power, car power, this power. We have done take or pay. We have done this. We have cancelled this. We brought PDS. We have done this. We are just talking and talking and talking and talking while the big resource is sitting in front of us. Bob Marley once says, in the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. In the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. I don't know who you call the fool in this context. But in the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. We have excess sun. The sun shines every day. We can't harness it. In some private homes in this country, they have decided that because the national grid is also reliable, they have created their own solar system that runs for us. They have inverters as well. And then guess what? They have created boreholes that pump water and they purify their own water. They don't depend on Ghana water because they have seen that the monopoly, or if you like, the duopoly that those institutions enjoy is so boring and nauseating that your lights goes off without your knowledge. So if you have, for example, work to do and you are working from home, you don't have access to a generator and you sit behind your computer, ping, light goes off. Then they tell you it is not Dumsor. You want to iron your dress, ping, light goes off. And I was telling somebody yesterday that we are not ready for disaster in this country. We are not ready for let nobody tell me we are ready for a disaster in this country. When the lights goes off, all our street lights go off. We have solar in this country. When the lights goes off, the street lights goes off. The street is dark. The road is not marked. Street lights, in fact, even when the lights are working, some of the street lights, they are not active. They are not working. They are just there like mummies. We are not disaster ready. Imagine if the whole country goes off and people's vehicles have weak lights. Can you imagine what will happen? I said, I'm looking for forward-thinking people this morning who have woken up, have taken their bath, are eating breakfast now, are watching Johnny's Bites, and are going to work. They are called the engineers, professors, and advisors, and technical consultants, and whatever it is. I am asking, this is how beautiful the sun is. Do you know how much energy the sun has? Do you know how much energy this sun has? God has blessed us, has given us this for free. We are here. We are importing. Look at it. Beautiful. And we can harness energy from this one and create light for the people. Energy. Non-stop power. You travel to the US. You travel to the UK. You travel to China. You travel to Indonesia. You travel to all those countries. Do their lights go off when you go there? As for Bibini, you are in your hall. You are watching a news program. Fing, lights goes off. No announcement. Then it comes back. Fing. You are the barber's salon. Your hair is being shaved for you. Fing, light goes off. That announcement. Fing, it comes back. You are trying to do some work on your laptop at home or computer at home. Fing, light goes off. Fing, it comes back. But you are told not to call it Dumsor. So what is it? And the minister promised me that Dumsor will never, ever, ever come back. So I believe him. What is back is not Dumsor. But if it's not Dumsor, define it for me. And number two, tell me why we have sun shining in this country 247, 7 days a week, 365 days in a year, even when it rains. You see the sun struggling to muzzle its way out of the maze of clouds. And we are not able to harness the sun to generate power for us. What are we doing to ourselves? The sun. We aren't able to harness the energy of the sun to generate power for us. Because we will not pay the sun any money and nobody will get a certain 10 or 15% cut. So this morning I want our engineers to think. I want them to, no disrespect, I want them to think. Because maybe they have not thought towards that direction. Maybe they have thought towards that direction, but there's no political will to support them. Because if development must happen, there's a political will, there's an economic angle, there's a cultural angle, and there's a social angle. All the four must come to play. And development is about the people, we, the people you are governing, we, the people you are leading, we, the people you are consulting for, we, the people you are trying to advise. If we do not see what you are doing as development, you are working zero. Cost 90. It must be a bottom-up approach. When my light goes off and my fridge gets damaged and nobody compensates me for it, that's my reality. So stop the English. I remember very well when President Akufo-Addo was appointing Mr. Boakye Jaku, his KPI was that the electricity problem was not a wisdom problem. He said it was a financial problem. It was a financial problem. Is the money finished? Don't we have money anymore? What is going on? Common power. You can, and you see, you are telling us to move away from taxation to industrialization. If I want to industrialize, I would need energy to industrialize. You are bringing companies in, you are telling us and bragging about companies and factories you have activated. But you are not telling us what capacity you are adding on so that areas that used to be purely residential, which now will have factories who are consuming or that will consume part of the energy that the household were using, would now have been upgraded so that they can plug into it. You are not telling me that. Go to Ringway Estates. It used to be purely an estate area. Go to Awodome Estates. Go to all the estates in this country. And go and check how many offices have sprung up there, how many high-rise buildings have sprung up there, how many industries have sprung up in those areas. And tell me whether the transformers in those areas have the requisite power and capacity to be able to feed the people there. So people who live there, they always have water problems, they have electricity problems. Go and ask them. Go and ask them. Yet you have the sun shining on both sides. I went to China the other time. There's a tall high-rise building that solar panels fixed on this side. When the sun rises, it harnesses the energy. When it crosses and the sun is setting, it harnesses the energy. So 247, there is power. We have high-rise buildings in this country. Sun shines every single day. We have plenty roofs. And yet, here we are. Every day, light off. Every day, light off. Every day, light off. Don't call it Dumsor. So, Mr. President, I'm greeting you this morning. Good morning. Napo, I'm greeting you this morning. Good morning. Ejapames, I'm greeting you this morning. Good morning to you. I'm greeting you, Dr. Adam. Good morning to you. It is your job to ensure that the power stays on. You promised us that the Dumsor will never come back.
And when I come to 7-4 off, and then I shall my bay tough. Let's show when I want to switch in it, and I want to cook say I want to rob. So come on, a light, and I tell my thing I light. Easy for Yamu, who am I want to send them with say a free and you're fine, and you're fine, and you're fine. And when I come to 7-4 off, I shall my bay tough. Let's show when I want to switch in it, and I want to cook say I want to rob. Hello, Zach. What's up? What's up, boy? Okay. I wouldn't go out. The whole life, now you're coming. Okay, because you do me anything here.